Hi everybody, I am so excited today because I'm going to try a new set of strings called Timbre, T-I-M-B-R-E, by the Warchal Company in Slovenia. They were gracious enough to ask me to try these and to make a video of them, so thank you Warchal Company. And so I'm going to do that today, and I'm going to look into the strings and see what they're all about. Well, I've tried the amber strings by Warchal, and as you know probably from some of my previous videos, I really love the amber strings. They look great, they feel great, they sound great, but the company assured me that the timbre string, is their premium string, and so I am totally excited to try them. Well, the set comes in a pack like this. It has a pretty simple pack to it. It just says Warchal Timbre limited edition over here, so that's a limited edition. That's awesome for me. Just incidentally, they sent me a couple of amber A strings in case I didn't like the timbre A string. So in case I don't like the A string, I can always switch to an amber A string. I guess that's a thing to do. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to try the timbre strings complete set, A, D, G, and C. So I'm excited to do that. When I open the pack, I get this, and then here's the string right here. The string is wrapped in white with a gold wrap around it, which I really like. And it's funny, it says here, Warchal strings are not handmade, they are head-made. That's kind of funny, made with their heads. I guess that there's some brain going into making these, and they're supposed to sound good. So we'll see. And it also comes with a little pamphlet. So let's take a look at that pamphlet. Let me just read the beginning and see what it says in the writing over here. The Timbre Viola set. Thank you for trusting Warchal. The timbre string set is the best that we've made so far, utilizing all of our knowledge and experience. Well, that's a big thing because they're telling me that it's their best string. It better be good. It combines gut-like sound and response with the extra projection and stability that synthetic strings can deliver. So that's exciting because I love the sound of gut strings. I love the way they ring. I like the warmth of them, but a lot of times they're pretty unstable. So if you have a synthetic string that sounds like a gut string, that would be an awesome thing. So hopefully they deliver to their promises. And right there under big letters, it says string break-in time of only 15 minutes. Well, let me talk about that for a second, because actually I put the strings on about 2 days ago, and there is not a string break-in time of 15 minutes. It took a lot longer than that. I had to play them for a while before they started to sound good. But then they started to open up, and they sounded wonderful. They also say that if you play the string really loud with some full bows right next to the bridge for a few minutes, that the strings will open up. But generally, I just like to play the strings and see what they sound like and let them open up by themselves. So my first complaint about the strings is that it did take a long time to break in, and even more so, it took a long time, or it has taken a long time for the strings to actually stay in tune. They keep on going flat, and so I keep on having to tune my viola. Now, just as a comparison, when I put the dominant pros by Tomastic or the dominant rondos by Tomastic or some other strings on, they tend to really just take me about half an hour before they're totally stable, which I really like in a string, because I sometimes, like if you break a string and you put a new set on and you only have a few hours to play a concert or something, it's really nice if the strings settle in. But these definitely keep on going flat even after 2 days. But without further ado, let's take a look at the strings. I've put them on my viola. I've played them for about 2 days, and let me get my viola over there, and I can tell you a little bit more about the playability of these strings. So here are the strings on the viola. I always like to look over here. It's got a white wrapping with a little winding of gold here, which I love that Warchal does. I've talked about that in the other videos about these strings, that they look beautiful, so it makes me like the strings even better. But the main thing about strings is the sound. So the first thing I'm going to do is play some ringing notes, some octave notes that make the instrument ring, and see how these strings work as far as ringing across the instrument. Well, they ring great. So just from a simple point of view, these strings sound great. To me, they really do feel and sound like gut. They're warm, they're bright, they have a lot of depth to them. They're very, very big sounding. I really feel confident that I can fill a room with the sound of these strings. One of the first things I like to play on strings is something that works on the C string, and that's the American String Quartet by Dvorak, the opening to that, the viola solo. I can really tell a lot about viola strings from that piece, so let's take a listen to that. Well, the strings have a lot of response, and I feel a lot of depth in the C string, and I like the way that it feels when I cross the strings, which is important because it feels nice and even across the board. So far I'm a fan of these strings from that lower point. Now I'm going to play something slow, maybe the beginning of the Hummel Fantasy. So tonally, I love the strings. I feel that I can manipulate my sound and make a lot of color, and I feel that the strings ring a lot, which gives me a lot of confidence, and I can lay my bow in hard. Let me see what that feels like if I just play a scale and just play as loud as I can. So I like the strings that they can just take a lot of beating down there because I was really playing hard, and I love that when I feel that I can't get to the bottom of my sound, which I do get with these strings. I feel like there's still more to go, and I'm not getting there even though I'm putting a lot of strength into it. Now let's see what the A string sounds like. How about the beginning of the Bartok Viola Concerto? Yeah, they sound great. They feel great. I really like them. So I'm going to give these strings a total 10 thumbs up, 10 stars. I really like the strings. And they deliver on the fact that it really feels like a gut string. It sounds like a good gut string, but it's synthetic. So it's going to start getting more and more stable, and the sound is huge. So I feel very, very confident playing on these Warchal timbre strings. Now, where can you get them? They're hard to find. You have to get them from someone that specializes in them, and that would be me. So if you want to get a pair of these strings or a set of these strings, just let me know. Send me a comment below, and we'll get you taken care of. I love the strings. I did get the strings as a gift from the Warchal company, but that has nothing to do with my review about it. I truly enjoy playing these strings. I'm going to play on them for quite a while now. I'm very confident about that. I'm excited to see how much more they open. They've only been on for a couple of days, and now I've got a journey with these Warchal strings, and I hope maybe you'll join me with the journey because I really think for the viola these strings sound great. So until I see you the next time, happy practicing.